Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Hearthstone. So we were in the middle or almost done with an arena run, so let's go back into the arena run. I would preferably like to get 4 more victories here in the arena run. I just don't think that's happening. Last time we were stretching for time because I have very little listed on my paper notebook here with as far as news topics to talk about. I have now received from Amazon my whiteboard. However, I purchased one that is 11 by 14 inches, I would say, or bigger. So it's much bigger than the digital boogie board that I was using before that broke. So I don't particularly have it set up yet. There was a trick I did on the boogie board where I super glued a soap holder. No, not a soap holder, but a sponge holder. They had those suction cups on the back. I took off the suction cups, and you would have put those suction cups on the sponge holder on the side of a kitchen sink. And the idea there is what I did is I took the suction cups on, I turned it 180 degrees so it's upside down, and then it turned into a handle that fit perfectly, or at least not perfectly, but quite well on my microphone stand. The problem now is if I do the similar thing, which I haven't done on the microphone stand, is while this whiteboard is considerably lighter than I would have expected, it still may not be light enough. And at the end of the day, I don't know, maybe I just should get a second microphone stand and have it be its own thing. I really wish I could just find a teleprompter software and have it like the things that the presidents have. I would love to have one of those, but I imagine those things are extremely expensive. So probably not gonna happen. So probably as long as I get around to it, I will be back to a whiteboard, or to a whiteboard. This one I got came with a magnetic thing that has like a tiny, I'd say 1 inch by 1 inch square cork board that magnetizes to the whiteboard in case you need to put a pin in something and just place it on the board, which, okay, that's an interesting concept. Let's draw another card. Keep attacking. But that will probably be where I am next time. Hopefully I don't get things on my hand, ink on my hand, as much as I'm getting ink on my hand or using a pen and paper. I can kind of already assume that if I start like doing this, you can probably hear the paper flap in the wind of my ceiling fan, and I could probably make some sounds that might be picked up, maybe not. My microphone's weird in itself. It's like half the time I don't know if like me scratching my head is picked up by the microphone or not. I kind of needed to kill this guy, don't I? Oh.
I fight.
Well, next time, I suppose. But yeah, paper and pen probably does make more noise. Whether it's heard or not, I don't know. See, that's one of my internal fears, is one day somebody's gonna actually watch one of my videos and go, all your videos are just full of all this noise. What is that? And I'll be like, I have no idea.
I fight.
Okay. I need to run protection on myself here. So next time play this and heal.
To my side.
I was listening to some other YouTubers, and these YouTubers, it doesn't really matter who they are. Relatively popular, relatively new, and they take new people, other people that are popular, and have them collaborate and so. And so they were asking questions of their audience, and somebody asked them, how popular does somebody have to be a collaborator? And their response was a little shocking to me, because they said somebody has to have 10,000 subscribers. And 10,000 subscribers is nowhere close to what I have. And that's let's see.
My eyes are open.
They'll never know what it is.
That's a little upsetting, I would say. It is, I guess, the right way to say that. That particularly, like, my channel hasn't succeeded as much as I would have liked, certainly. I mean, it's very new. I'm not gonna really rag on the Diamond Club anymore. I saw a bump, certainly. It wasn't a huge bump. I've never really seen a huge bump in anything. Hearthstone announcements are the biggest thing I've ever gotten views on, and that's bumps in views, not bumps in subscribers. I probably almost certainly got more subscribers from Attack of the Show. Wait, no, not Attack of the Show. That's an old G4 show. Man, that's a blast from the past in itself.
My eyes are open.
Do I have any demons even on the field? Nope. So I could draw two.
Total corruption. Total power.
Give a beast when this dies. Give a beast when this dies.
Of course.
I'm gonna go ahead and attack here.
I'll give it a shot.
And attack here and try to protect myself, but I'm gonna lose. Almost certainly. If I can do 4 more damage next turn than what he's expecting, that might win the game for me. That'd be nice. So, yeah. But I'm only at like 120, maybe 140 subscribers right now. And we're over 2 years into this. And, like, I don't know what other people do. I know certain things are not working that seem to work for other people. And I kind of assume that a lot of that is just coming from what I'm covering and how the initial audience starts off. Which is to say, if I wasn't just playing video games, there is a better chance that things would that people would have initially wanted to see my videos, maybe, but who knows. and it wouldn't have gotten flooded so much. Like, in comparison, I don't know of any new video game reviewer person, like, honestly, that's been popular. I would say that one person I know is OMG Chad, and his career, frankly, isn't succeeding greatly at all. That's the end of my arena run. Like, if anything, it popped up and got popular through a lot of help, and then he kind of just burned out his voice, which hurts a little bit, but burned out himself mentally, I think, which hurts a lot more. And see, so that's the only, like, video game critic people. And this, I've even seen, like, Giant Bomb's YouTube channel is pretty bad as far as responses, and I know they don't care about it because they're doing this whole self-subscription model, but yeah, it's pretty rough. And so when I look at my 150 subscribers, and I'm like, how do I get that to 10K? Like, 10K isn't a terrible goal, really, and it certainly would help turn this into an actual living wage. Hey, I got a new card. I could also possibly, I guess, make a second one of that. That was Mean Streets of Gadgets, and it's probably worth looking and just going over here to classic cards and seeing what do I not have. It's all gonna be legendary cards. I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 of the class-based legendaries, 7, and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 cards in total. So it seemed like 14 there, if my math's not wrong. Neutral cards under classic, which the idea was to get classic cards because they were never going to be banned. Now that's not true. They've changed the rules on me. So in comparison, when we look at the Blackrock Mountain, which all these cards for certain are going to be banned, I have the full collection. Of course I do, because that was an adventure. Grand Tournament. You have to come back over here to start. We're missing 1 Grand Tournament, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33. So we're missing 33 in the Grand Tournament. League of Explorers, I believe, was another expansion, so I think we actually have all of those. But the thing to learn also from this is that the Grand Tournament, Blackrock Mountain and the Grand Tournament may very well get banned at the exact same time. I think that's their plan. And so the fact that I don't have all of these cards kind of stops being that big a deal because of that. And I'm still better off trying to get the classic cards until I have the classic cards. And then after we have a complete collection of the classic cards, I assume our next move would be to buy as many expansion cards of the newest expansion. But it's possible that it's in the long run cheaper to buy expansion cards of the oldest expansion. Old Gods will probably be a similar story. There's 1 missing, 2 missing, 3 missing, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Actually, a little bit less on the Old Gods expansion. One Night in Karazhan was a adventure, and getting rid of the adventure expansions also means that we won't have any complete collections or be guaranteed any cards. And then Gadget Stand is the newest expansion, and how many of those are we missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Now, of course, also this is just assuming that that includes that values each card equally, and that the idea here is to try and succeed on that, and that's not really the plan. Alright. So, I can win Rogue, Warrior, Shaman, or Warlock. And if I play ranked here with an Overload deck, maybe we can make a little bit of progress there. So that was a little bit of a weird break we took in the middle of a recording, certainly. That's not something I normally do, is look at the cards. But also that probably explains a little bit too as to why I don't have the most amount of fullest knowledge there. Let's see. I don't want any of those cards to start with. But yeah, back to 10,000 subs. I don't know how to get to 10,000 subs. I don't know how to get one more sub. Let's be honest. Like, every single sub to me is just a gift. I see people subscribe. It's so rare that I often look at people's YouTube channels. Most people don't have any videos posted. And so that doesn't really surprise me too much. Does that mean that I should assume that that person that subscribed is a bot and not a real person? No, because that would be silly. Darn it. End the turn. So I don't know. The only thing it really boils down to is I can just continue to try to do as good of quality as I can, and inherently I think there is an argument that the level of quality I make is probably not the greatest. If I'm just gonna be honest. Like, when I play Hearthstone, people that want to watch the series, which the series is pretty low. I mean, all the series are very low, 5-6 views per episode. Am I potentially hurting myself because I'm like, is it possible that what I'm doing is making too many episodes and not just doing one video a week that's higher quality? Almost certainly. Yeah, almost certainly that if I could do higher quality, if this wasn't built around the concept of covering video games, I could do other things. that's where the Minecraft players are gonna have a little bit of success. That is that they can play a Minecraft map or go play on a Minecraft server, and they can do any length they want and have any number of things going on. Let's see. So and you can finish a Minecraft map easily in one episode too. And I think it probably hurts a lot of series to have an episode 4, 5, 6, or 7 in the game. But then if I'm going, that would be just doing quick looks, and that's not where I'd want to do. Deal 4 damage to a minion. There we go. So inherently, I think there's a lot of things that I could probably latch on to and immediately change on my channel and get me slightly more views. Like, guaranteed, if I did more sex games like Honey Pop has been an amazingly good performer, which is not super surprising there, honestly, that turned out to be the case. But I don't really have the opportunity to cover more sex games, like, because frankly it takes more work, and the number of views isn't 3, 4, 5 times what you would get on a Lego game. Ideally, yeah. If I was just gonna be cynical about it, I would say forget the Lego games. We're not doing any more Lego games ever. They're poor performers. And what that inherently means is forget trying to show the video game industry and people who buy video games that they should make more kid-friendly games, which is a major issue and something I want to keep hammering on and as a message. Better and more kids games. But if I was just going to be cynical, I'd say forget that time slot. Just not going to do it at all. That being said, I'm almost out of Lego games, so after I do Lego games, a lot of it's just going to be humongous games, because that's kind of all I know. And it's not an issue where I go and play a game and then I realize after playing the game all the way through that it's kid-friendly. I have never run into that. And that kind of sucks that it hasn't happened. If I was accidentally playing kids games, that would be an opportunity to just put that recording in that time slot and be done with it. But it's just not the case. Every game I play has one thing, two things, one scene, two scenes that puts it into a teen plus or older. They go usually to M. It's just heavily to M. Also, if I was going to be cynical, I probably would change my entire channel. Like, I would do tons of clickbait, which I don't do. And I kind of, I guess, at this point, have been pretty consistent on that. Like, the only people that I think would even argue that my channel has ever done clickbait is when I do the Hearthstone announcement things, and people think that it's an official Hearthstone announcement on YouTube, which it never has been. Uh, so, that's just me reporting, and I've never changed the title to make it seem misleading. It's just people can be misled even with a simplified title. But I don't think I've ever done anything else close. And see, a lot of channels say they don't do clickbait, and then once every month or so they'll do clickbait, and I'm like, well, you're still kind of doing it. And almost certainly it would work. It's not a matter of would it work. It's a matter of, do I want to do it? Do I want to get random people viewing my videos, even if they skip away after a certain point? Or do I want a loyal fan base? And I ideally would want a loyal fan base. A lot of my channel is about doing what I want to do. It's my channel, and I think I can take that prerogative versus just doing what people probably rightfully would say would work. Because yeah, if I just became a producer and got a video cam and got a pretty girl to sit in front of me and had that be the face, sit in front of the camera and be the face, and just had her read off my impressions or fed in my impressions of the game, so she wouldn't even have to play the games. I could just play the games for her. I bet somebody out there is doing that. I bet there is somebody who's got a setup, and you just very possibly wouldn't even be able to recognize that they're not even playing the game. Like, I could be cynical like that. I could go be a Twitch streamer and do that, and then I wouldn't even have to try to be a critic there, because the copyright and content ID infringement doesn't. Well, there is no content ID in Twitch or something similar that's not as bad. But let's go ahead and kill this, but we're gonna lose. I could be cynical like that. I could try to just pander to it. I could do top 5 videos that you won't believe. I could do all those BuzzFeed clickbait titles. I could make fail compilations by just taking other people's Vine things. Those fail compilations, I don't know what it is, but they certainly get suggested to me on the recommended tab of YouTube all the time. And I go, not interested, not interested. I don't want anything with Vine in the name. I don't want anything with fail in the name. I've never, to my knowledge, even watched a video with any of those in my name, with any of those videos or anything like that, and yet it just keeps coming, and it's always a new channel, and it's always got way more views than me. So yeah, that's the conversation about 10,000 subs. How do we get to 10,000 subs? We, as in me. All I can ever fall back on, unless somebody comments down below and has some brilliant new strategy that doesn't involve clickbait or selling out, all I can do is continue doing what I'm doing and hope it continuously grows. I am growing new subs all the time, and the channel is getting bigger and bigger, but it may be 3, 4, 5, 6 years, 10 years before I even got up to like 5,000 subs. And I'm not sure at 5,000 subs that's enough views. Subs isn't the only thing. I mean, I may very easily get enough views and never get subs. People may just watch my videos and decide never to subscribe. YouTube could get rid of subscriptions completely tomorrow, and then something like that would be another change to the system to adjust to. But ideally, the final goal is not to have a maximum number of subscribers or a minimum number of subscribers. Ideally, the goal is to get ad revenue up, which ad revenue is still waning and wandering around 70 cents a week, which, okay, so I'm at 145 subscribers now. If I could get that 70 cents to like $700 a week, that would be a more than a living wage right there for my area. So 100 times. So I have 100 subscribers now. 100 times that would be about 10,000 subs. And that's really where you get it down to, is can I get that much just to pay one person enough to live, and ideally I'd like to make a little bit more than I can live so I can put it into retirement and insurances of different kinds, medical insurances and such, and life insurances, things like that, so that this could potentially continue upon itself. And if I got to 10,000 and never got another subscriber but could just live off that, and that just consistently stayed until I reach an age when I'm no longer able to do this, or no longer want to do this, and I can just retire off of that, then I'm happy. Simple life. That's all I'm asking for. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. We are not making very much progress here. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.